I'm in Paris and I'm gonna do something I've never done before, which is do a get ready with me, like doing my makeup and just chit chat with you, because I figured why not? I'm in Paris. Why wouldn't I try something like this? I have a little espresso here that I made. So good. Let's just get right into it. If you're new to my channel, I am a second-year resident physician in the United States. I am an OBGYN and I get 4 weeks of vacation per year as a resident. Oh, I guess I have to like tell you what I'm doing. This looks better if I go like this. This is the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. It's a lot cheaper here in Europe, and so I bought so many of these. I bought a lot of skincare products from here because it's cheaper and there's a lot of stuff that we don't sell in the United States. So this we do sell in the US, but it's cheaper, so I bought it. So I'm starting with this. So I get 4 weeks of vacation as a resident every single year, and luckily my program you can do, oh, I have to tell you what I'm doing now. This is new, but I wanted to try it. It is Avene, I don't know if I'm saying that right, also from here. UV rich hydrating cream, SPF 30, it's an antioxidant. So I'm gonna use this as a moisturizer. I have kind of pre-moisturized with my Aesop products that I normally use. These are new products that I just wanted to try. So luckily, I'm not good at this. In my program, you can take, a week here and there. You can squish, 2 weeks together is probably like the max time you can squish together. Or you can do like 4 days here, 3 days there, but they typically don't want you to do that. They want you to do it in weeks, and then at max 2 weeks at a time. If your program in residency will allow you to do 2 weeks at a time, I would only save that for like a long trip that you're going on, because having 4 weeks spread out over the course of the year, you need those vacations, because now I have squished 2 of my weeks together out of my 4, and I'm gonna be working for a long time without any break, and it's gonna be pretty rough. And so I don't recommend doing this unless you absolutely have to or you really want to for like an international trip like this. I have never been out of the United States. Well, I've been to Mexico when I was younger, but I had to get a new passport and everything like that. I recently got like a passport as an adult, I think a year ago or so. So yeah, we ended up coming here for a wedding that was in, oh, by the way, this is my little, it's not that old, but it is just got beat up. It's the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, SPF 30. This is the Alaska Light 2 shade. I don't wear foundation, so this is like the closest that I will do, and I don't wear this every single day. I only wear it if like we're going out somewhere, and I just use my fingers to rub it in. So yes, I have only been to Mexico to visit family, and then for like a vacation when I was little. So our friends are getting married in Italy. They got married at Lake Como. I filmed a vlog, like a travel vlog, and it'll include that. And it was beautiful. Like, it was absolutely stunning. The only thing that I didn't really know about Europe is how traveling with your suitcase, I should have just had a backpack instead. The roller situation was so difficult on the cobblestone roads here, or in Italy, that it was like I got a huge workout trying to drag that thing around, and it was kind of embarrassing because we're just like dragging our luggages around these cobblestone roads. And I feel like so many people that travel and like influencer traveling thing, they never show that part of you lugging around your 50-pound luggage along cobblestone roads and upstairs. That was unexpected, but it turned out well and it was fine. By the way, I'm using an Ultra Buff, I don't know, these are the Real Techniques brushes. This is difficult. This is the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. This is in medium deep. So we flew into Rome and we spent 1 night there. It was beautiful. Like, I wish we got to do more time there. We'll have to come back. We just did like 1 night, just so we didn't have to fly all the way to Milan and then travel to the Como area from there. It would have been too long of a travel day, and so we just did that. We spent the night there. It was freaking stunning. I love it. And we didn't do too much. We kind of just walked around with the time that we had and ate, went to sleep, and then traveled the next day. Then we went to Como. Well, we went to Milan, and then we went to Como, and then like all the way up to Bellagio for the wedding, and it was like a crazy journey to get there because of like trains and this and that and buses, metro, whatever the heck. It was a lot, but we made it and it was stunning. We went to the wedding. It was the most beautiful wedding I've ever been to in my whole life. And then we left to Nice, and that was a journey to get to Nice. We ended up doing like a rental car because we missed the train, and the only train to get there that day. And so we had to like cash out on a rental car, and it was like a Mercedes, almost like a Sprinter type van. It was ridiculous. And because that's all that they had, it was like a mess, but it was also very fun. And we traveled with my brother and his girlfriend. It was quite the experience. We went to Nice. We stayed there for a few days, and that was stunning. We went to Antibes, and then we made it here to Paris. So that was my brief little journey of my Europe trip, and it's been so lovely. I feel so grateful that I could come to a place like this and travel like this, and I'm so thankful that my residency allowed me this time off to go, because it's seriously been like the most amazing trip ever, and it makes me never want to leave. And it also makes me realize how the United States is not doing a lot of things right, especially with the food here, the food and the water. It is so clean, it is so good that I have like IBS, and if I can't eat a lot of things because it will like make me very unwell. I'll bloat, and it'll just be not a fun time. The food here is so clean, and they don't allow the manufacturers to put like a bunch of those bad products in the food. Minimal ingredients. You don't feel bloated, you don't feel unwell. I know that you're probably like, I don't want to hear about your trip, I want to hear probably about more medicine stuff, because I noticed that you guys really are here for medicine related things and less of my actual lifestyle, which is totally fine. Let's talk about residency. Next I'm using, oh my god, I didn't even tell you. This was the Fenty Beauty Truffle, like a contour stick. This. And then I use the NARS Laguna bronzer, and I haven't been using it that much. I just mainly use it for a mirror. Residency has been, honestly, since being on this trip, I haven't thought about it hardly at all, except I have like 2 presentations back to back when I get back, which is pretty frustrating because it's like, am I supposed to work on it while I'm on vacation, which I refuse to do any work-related things other than YouTube while I'm on vacation. This is the Revlon Color Stay Micro Brow Pencil or whatever. This trip has made me realize how much more there is to life than just medicine, and I feel that a lot of people that go into medicine, like the pre-meds, and I was the exact same way, like pre-health, pre-med, you are so driven because you know how competitive it is. You have to like put in your all to actually get in, because it's so difficult to get into this kind of training that if you don't put in your all, like, good luck. Especially if you're coming from a background that, you know, where you have like a disadvantage, you don't have a way in. You know, your parents aren't doctors, you don't know the whole system and how things work, and so you're just really blindly navigating everything, which is how I did it. And so you invest everything in it, and you are sacrificing everything and your whole life to focus on this goal. And so it's so built up in your head that it has to be about, how do I say this? I've seen this trend on Instagram or TikTok where it's like, I'll be happy when I graduate college. I'll be happy when I pass the MCAT or get a good score on the MCAT or pass it. I'll be happy when I get into medical school. I'll be happy when I graduate medical school. I'll be happy when I get into residency. And it's just this, you're forever chasing this satisfaction, and you're not really living in the moment. And especially with pre-med students, which, like I said, I have been in the exact same spot where you are dedicating all your time, effort, energy, charisma into this goal. And so it has to be your whole life, and it is like your baby, and you are working so hard to get there that you neglect so many other parts of your life, and you don't actually live. And then you realize when you're older that time has passed by, life has gone on, you're just stuck in this weird stagnant time because you're focused on one thing and you're not actually like stopping to smell the roses. And I think that this trip, I've kind of started to feel this way prior to the trip, but this trip really enforced that for me is that medicine is not everything. It's really not. It's just another job, and it's very over glamorized, and it's not all that you think, which is maybe a disappointment to some people. And trust me, I love what I do, and I love the impact that I have or get to have, and what that I will have on human beings. And I feel like I'm doing my part in this lifetime and being a human and helping other humans. Like, I am doing my part, and I think that's so important, to just help other human beings. And I think that it's really great. But the profession is not everything, and there's more to life than just medicine. That is the difference between the new age, like, generation of physicians and healthcare providers in general versus the older ones, because their life, they work, eat, breathe, sleep medicine, or they don't sleep at all, and all they do is work. That's not the life that I want. I want to work, and I want to work hard when I'm working, but then I don't want to work forever. I definitely want to do other things and not be tied to just one thing for the rest of my life. I want to be an OBGYN, obviously, but I still want to do other ventures, because we have more skill than just one, and I want to maximize all the things that I could do with my time here on Earth. And I think that's an important goal for us all to have. It shouldn't be just one thing, and whether that's like doing more work in other fields, or whether that's traveling, whether that's building friendships and meeting new people. And I don't know, you meet so many different walks of life here, and everyone's doing their own thing. There's a word for it. What is the word? Let me ask ChatGPT. What is the word for when people have their own lives, and you're looking at them walking on the street, and you're thinking about the life that they have and all of the things involved in that period? It starts with an S. Sonder. It refers to the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, with their own experiences, thoughts, and stories. Like, being here and just seeing all of these different people I've seen in passing by, they all have their own stories. The universe, the earth, it doesn't revolve around a single human being. It's all of us here, and I think that we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves, because it's really not just about us. So that takes a lot of pressure off of you, knowing that this isn't a big deal. Like, at the end of all of this, we all will leave this body and leave this plane of existence. That's really relieving to know that. I don't know, do what you can here in this lifetime, and then when you're done, you're done. But I want to be proud of the things that I've done, and I want to make sure that I'm not just focusing on one thing. I want to do many other things, and I want to travel and see the rest of the beautiful earth. I'm just going to curl up my little fake lashes here. I do my own lash extensions. I have been doing them for probably like 7 years now. It seriously is a lifesaver, you guys. I get the Ardell Soft Trio in short, and then they have like an Ardell lash tight glue. It's like a black glue, and I just glue them on underneath my lash line, or my like lashes, like up here, and then they stay on for like 2 weeks at a time, and then you just take them off, clean up, and put on new ones. And I've saved hundreds and hundreds of dollars, because I used to get legitimate lash extensions, and then they ruined my lashes and made me completely bald in my eyes. And then I started doing this, and my lashes are very preserved and healthy still. This is a Kosas, I don't know, concealer, but it's like a lighter shade than my normal. Get a little bit lighter to highlight the bridge of my nose, and then right on the tip. I feel like I got a little deep right there with all of that, but I don't know, this trip has made me realize a lot of things, and I feel really good, and I'm so glad that we came. I'm getting off topic, not wanting to talk about residency. As many of you know, first year residency was absolutely terrible. I literally wanted to take my own life. I'm not ashamed to say that, because it was the truth, and it was horrible. That was like probably one of the darkest points of my life, was during that, like the first few months. The thing about it was just adjusting to everything, adjusting to like the rigorous schedule. I was living really alone kind of for the first time, in a new place, and that was a really hard adjustment, I acknowledge. Yeah, just working a lot, and I don't know, I just the only familiar thing that I knew was YouTube during that time, and that's why I felt like I really leaned into it. I love YouTube. I love uploading. It's part of me, and I like cannot come to stop doing it ever, as from what I see like right now. I don't upload as consistently as I used to. Like I noticed that I will miss a week here and there, and I'll do like every other week, but gosh, I've been doing this for like 5, almost 6 years now, like consistently. So where I've uploaded every single week and I wasn't really missing anything. And now that I just am like, you know, I'm doing the best that I can with the hours that I work. I basically am working 2 jobs, and one of my jobs, aka being a resident, is basically like 2 jobs in one because of the amount of time spent working. This is the Rare Beauty, I think it's just her like brown waterproof eyeliner, and I just go on the corners right here. Yeah, first year was terrible. If you haven't seen those vlogs, that was like definitely a low. And I didn't vlog at all because also I'm like testing the waters while starting residency, like what's okay and what is gonna, you know, put a target on my back. So I had to be very careful because you are like a medical professional and patients can see your material. I'm always trying to look at my content from like a patient's lens, and I want to make sure that I'm, you know, being professional. I haven't ever lapsed in my judgment for being professional online, and I see content creators that are in medicine, and I'm like, whoa, you're kind of on a really fine line, because unfortunately, as much as we want to think that we're trying to change the system is also very still set in its ways, and I do not want to piss off the wrong person. You got to be really careful, and I think the best time to make change is when you're out of a position of like being a resident, when you're not in this position, because you really have no say or control in a lot of things. If you're trying to go into social media as a resident, I think you gotta play it cool. Always err on the side of caution in general. Just know that you don't get to really determine your fate in a lot of circumstances, and you gotta be really mindful of that, because you don't want to make a bad decision that will forever impact you. First year sucked. It got better slowly. Not better. I hate saying that. I've been saying that, like, I don't mean it that it got better. I mean that you really, it's impressive to see how, as a human being, you can tolerate more. Like a callus on your hand. You keep doing the same hard thing over and over. Like, you know, I used to be a gymnast doing bars. When you first start doing bars, you know, your hands aren't ready for all of that. And then the more that you do it, you build up the calluses to withstand that force and like torque pressure, and you know, that friction to like do things on the bar that you wouldn't have been able to do when you first started. And so that's the same when it, you know, with everything, and especially in residency, it doesn't get easier really, you just get better like internally. And sorry, this is the Rare Beauty Believe. This is my favorite blush ever. You tolerate more, your endurance is better, your skill is better, you have more confidence, and so it feels a lot better. It doesn't feel as intimidating as it was. But yeah, second year has brought its own challenges so far. I'm only a few months in. It has been much better than first. I am trusted a lot more just as like a provider, where I can make decisions that I would normally like have to really run by someone. And of course we still run by all of our decision making to our attendings, but you know, now you can kind of make judgment calls, especially I noticed with like C-sections, and when it's time, we have so much time spent on labor and delivery that your skills advance on that floor a lot faster than any other area. I'm almost done with my makeup. I don't wear like a ton of makeup, to be honest. This makeup routine I can do in like 5 minutes, but I'm kind of just dragging it out so I can chat with you guys. This is the Rare Beauty. I busted this. I just got it too. This is Exhilarate, which is gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. I dropped it, unfortunately, and I literally just got it before this trip. It's pretty busted in there. And I'm just gonna put it on the tip of my nose. I'm just gonna use proprioception and that viewfinder because I can't hold my mirror right now. The bridge. Sorry, I had to get my little last thing. Let me have a last sip. These are the cutest cups ever. Strangely enough, I know that I critique residency a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and I think it's totally valid to critique it in whatever way. It's your own personal experience. I don't think there should be any guilt around you talking about your experiences, whether they're negative, whether they're positive. There's a lot of great times and great moments, and I love the learning. I love the challenge, and in this weird way, I enjoy residency, but you get so much internal satisfaction or like gratification because once you get through those really hard times, like you feel so good as like a human being that you were able to push through something that you thought was impossible. And I would change the way things are done, but I think going through residency is necessary, and having this kind of strain to some degree is important, just as growth as a human being, not just as a doctor. As much as I critique it, because there are many things that could be corrected, which people have asked, like, what kind of solutions do you have to change the residency or like medical training system? And I don't have those solutions yet, and I'm constantly thinking about how things could be better, but I'm trying to think about them in the most practical way where it doesn't compromise our learning, and because ultimately it will just impact patient care. So it's really difficult, and I feel like that's why things haven't changed as much, because you do need a certain amount of training. Because I personally wouldn't want a doctor that had like no training or like limited training or like to the same degree as like a different level of healthcare professional. We need a lot of training, and we need to see a lot of things. In a way, I do appreciate residency because it's making me stronger as a person. So lastly, for lips, I'm just doing the Laguna NARS like lip balm thing. I don't know what it is. Finally, I have the Tower 28. If you're curious of what I'm wearing for scent wise, it's Teint Noir from Le Labo. This is the finished look, bronzy, but still kind of natural, accentuating your normal features, which is what I like in makeup. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video and you want me to do more, please let me know. Comment down below, give this video a huge thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm, or just comment down below anything you want. I look forward to chatting with you guys. I've tried to be much better about responding to comments again, and I've been taking a lot of time to actually like look through and chat with you guys. So I look forward to chatting with you down below. That is it. I love you guys so much, and thank you for supporting me on this crazy journey that we're on. I wouldn't actually probably even be here if it weren't for you guys. So I love you so much. Until next time, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, continue to work hard, and all that good stuff. Okay, bye.